I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 182. Just a reminder before we start that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. Also, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. Check out all the fine podcasts featured on there if you're looking for more gaming goodness. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man?
Dan, it is now September as of this episode drop. So our August contest is over, and we have a winner at Panda Mangu. Congrats to you. We will contact you and coordinate your prize. Thanks to everyone who entered. Our September contest begins now. Entry is a bit different this time. We'll be dropping a secret code in each episode all September long, starting with this episode. Listen close and DM, private message, or email us with the answer. You can enter once per episode.
All right, so we're trying something different. This is awesome, by the way, because we'll have a secret code every episode, and every time there's a secret code, you have a better chance of winning. It's like the NBA lottery. You get more ping pongs every time you're into.
More ping pong balls?
You get more ping pong balls.
That's right. Maybe
you'll get LeBron James.
Ooh. As our secret code? Is that our secret code this week, Dan?
No. I was trying to make a comparison of, the Zelda game is like LeBron James.
The Zelda game is like LeBron James. I suppose so. Well, we do have our first secret code.
Let's just start it off.
Yeah.
Give it off right now. Our secret code is
Windfish's Egg. Remember to DM, private message, or email us that secret code, and you'll be entered. This will be one entry into the contest.
One ping pong ball.
One ping pong ball, as Dan so eloquently.
Until the Zelda lottery.
That's fantastic. I'm excited, Dan. I'm excited. Maybe I'll enter. Can I win? Am I
you can enter,
or excluded?
You can enter as many times as you want.
I can enter as many times as I want?
Yeah.
Well, damn.
You won't be entered in the win, though.
Oh, I see.
Which you can tell me what the secret code is.
Present company excluded from this contest.
Anyway, Dave. How was your weekend?
My weekend was all over the place, Dan, and I will say that we do have a long. Extended,
you had an eventful weekend.
Yeah, we do have a long extended weekend. There were some unforeseen circumstances that I was called in for a favor, and I came through on that favor, and
you're very mysterious.
And that's what I'll say.
You're very mysterious.
Well, it's a long weekend. I really hate helping people move. I got called in, secret squad, here you go, I need some help.
But when you need help moving, I'm always there.
I understand, Dan. And the same. As much as I hate doing it, I got you.
Everybody knows. Listen, I have my best friend, he knows. I had the flu, and I helped him move.
Yes, you did. You did.
So, I'm always up there. I'm always up to help. So,
otherwise, it's been pretty good doing some reorganizing of the game shelves. As you do, right? That's always been...
You forever reorganizing.
I know. I know, Dan. I know.
The plight of the game collector.
Trust me. I am, I guess I can go ahead and say it now. I am severely considering the idea of going vertical with my shelves.
Oh, God.
Because you know my place. It has very high vaulted ceilings. And there is a lot of good real estate that's vertical above some of the shelves to the stairs going upwards. So why not put in a bunch of gaming shelves up there and showcase a bunch of stuff? Why not?
Because you would need a ladder if you wanted to.
Yeah, of course.
Pick any of those games
I
out.
can have my own Beauty and the Beast thing going on. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
I'm against it.
I know you're against it.
I'm against it. I think it's a bad idea. Personally,
I don't understand why. State your case.
Listen, I already told you. Look, you know, like you're gonna have it.
Well, you've told me, but tell the fans.
You're gonna have it way up there. I mean, you really do have high ceiling.
Well, I'm gonna have like presentational pieces way up there. Like, you know, I'm not gonna put a copy of Red Dead 2 up there that I have to climb the ladder to get
every time you want to play the game.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but then I mean, it's already. I mean, you know how hard it is to keep things clean and keep things dusted, right? I mean,
it's gonna be horrible.
It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be super dusty.
I mean, I just have to climb the ladder to do it this time. That's all. I'm not afraid of heights.
Yeah, you're gonna be complaining. You're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I gotta clean the house."
I mean,
today.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm still gonna be complaining.
I had to clean the house today. You're gonna have to get like. You're gonna have to get that Swiffer thing.
Oh, the telescoping Swiffer. Yeah, you're right. I might as well order it now.
Yeah. So I'm against it. I think you should just put more posters.
Put more posters. Well then, where would I put my games?
I think you should find another place to put the shelves.
That's not an answer. It's obviously
surround your bedroom.
Surround my bedroom
with video game shelves.
I don't know, Dan. I think if and when I buy new shelves, it's going to be this whole vertical thing, and that's
yeah. But you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to hire someone to actually put it up for you.
Oh, of course. It's going to cost.
It's going to cost you money.
An architect's probably going to have to draft up some simple plans. A contractor's going to have to put all of it up. It's going to be like a severe investment. But
you know what? Just do what the last gamer did. Just create another wing to the apartment. Just build up top. Just keep building it. Just build it.
I don't know how that guy does it. Like he has a fairly modest house. It seems like a single floor, fairly modest house, but he's got so much land real estate
because he built another wing to his house.
I mean, he's built on several extra wings.
Yes.
He's got a full arcade that he recreated from his youth in his house, as well as multiple different game display showroom areas.
He said this is it, though. He said this is it. From scratch.
I mean, he says that.
From scratch. He built this from scratch.
I know.
He bulldozed the dirt himself.
Yeah, it's insane,
man. Said he's not going to do any more renovations. This is it. And it's more like a museum type, right? Because he has the games front face so you can see the artwork instead of just the spines.
Right. If you don't know what we're talking about, check out The Last Gamer on YouTube. He has got the biggest video game collection.
Former world Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, I mean, he used to have the title. Somebody else counted it up and beat him. I think he still has more. He just hasn't officially got the count in.
No, but the guy who won, there was a video on him. Mm-hmm. They did the video on him. He has a lot of games.
Well, I mean, I would think so.
But it's not as like the layout is fancy as The Last Gamer.
Yeah, of course.
He's just like a regular guy.
He's got
a regular house.
He's got a back room with like boxes and boxes of games, probably. Yeah.
No, it's all stacked. It's like all stacked neatly, like in his attic. Mm-hmm. Like it goes up the stairs.
Oh my god!
And it goes in his attic.
That's too much.
Like it's just like neatly. It's just like he has a regular house. He didn't build an extra wing or another floor.
Yeah.
He needs to though, because it's stacked from the floor to the ceiling. Like just the totes and the boxes and the shelves. Like he has everything nice and neat.
It's a little more utilitarian and less museum presentation, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what the last gamer did. He hired a
museum curator.
Yeah, exactly. Hired the museum curator to like help display things properly and like set things up.
Well, on that note, since we're talking about The Last Gamer, he did say the museum curator told him that having the boxes and in-box games in the plastic is bad for the box because it'll create moisture and it can corrode over time.
That is a very good point. Yeah, and it got me a little worried because like it can get real humid up here in New York.
Yeah,
and we have a bunch of protective cases for our games, and I'm like, oh, not good.
Well, I was gonna buy a bunch of custom cases because I have a lot of boxes that are already ripped up and stuff. Yeah. I saved them from the trash. Essentially, a lot of people are going to throw them out, and I was like, give a good home.
Good on you.
Ripped, mangled, mauled, and I was gonna. I was gonna put them in protective cases.
Yeah,
but now
just to kind of
it's gonna make it worse. It's gonna make it worse over time.
I know.
And his advice was just, you have to keep it a certain temperature.
It's got to be temperature controlled. I'm assuming like all of his stuff is temperature controlled,
yes.
though, right? Like, why would he not be running the air conditioner like constantly? Just have it like a crisp 70, 68, I don't know, 66 degrees or whatever it is. Like, this is just what it is to maintain everything. But,
all right. Dave, I had a pretty good weekend, eventful weekend myself.
Oh, yeah.
But...
How'd it go?
No, listen, the weekend was great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself. I got some beach time in.
Oh, very nice.
So,
very nice.
I was really... Because it's a lot. It's the end of the summer. Even though it's not really the end of the summer. The summer ends September 20th or 21st.
September 21st is the vernal equinox, autumnal equinox. It's an equinox. It's the end of...
What, the gym?
Yes, like the gym. The gym is based off of the planet cycles. That's where they got it from. Yes, the equinox. Yes.
You're so precise, Dave.
It's not the other way around. Whatever.
It's like,
whatever.
yo, listen. Just instead of saying it's the end of this, officially the end of the season.
Listen.
Like,
We're not the science podcast over here, but they call it an equinox.
I know, but you're so precise.
There's one that happens in March, one that happens in September.
You're so precise. You don't call it the end of the season. You call it the end of the equinox. You don't call it PAX. You call it Penny Arcade.
It is the Penny Arcade. That's what it stands for.
You're so precise.
Oh my god.
You're so precise.
All right. So you got in some.
Well, no. Well, I got some time in at the beach. Pretty good.
Pretty solid. You went to the Rockaways, no?
Well, private beach, Long Island, Long Beach.
Oh, very nice.
Well, Lido Beach.
Oh,
Lido
yeah, Long Beach.
But while I was on the beach, it's YouTube and chill on the beach.
YouTube and chill on the beach.
It's YouTube and chill.
100%, right? You want to sit down. You want to catch some rays. Catch up on YouTube videos.
Speaking of rays, I saw a ray in the new Star Wars trailer.
Hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. Dan just did his own drum roll over here. His whole rim shot. Good on you. You're already patting yourself on the back, so I don't need to do it any further. But
you queued it up. You queued it up perfectly. I didn't even think you were going to talk about rays.
Quick with the segues. Yeah, we have the new Star Wars episode 9.
The second trailer.
The Rise of Skywalker trailer from the D23 Expo down in Florida. I think it had it in Florida. Yeah, pretty sure it's in Florida. We got some interesting stuff out of that, didn't we?
It wasn't a long trailer by any means. It was sort of like a montage of the other two movies, and then towards the end, is Rey in a dark side? Right? She had the hoodie on. She had that dual-sided red.
She had a Darth Maul style dual lightsaber. Yeah.
So I don't know. And Darth Sidious, he's back.
Yep.
Right, he's on the poster.
Mm-hmm. Well, we heard
bringing it full circle.
We heard his voice in the previous one.
Well, at the end of the first trailer,
right.
We were like, "Is he back? He's dead. Is he?"
To me, that confirmed that he was back.
He's a dark Force ghost.
Right. I mean, who knows what capacity he will be back in? Because
did he take over Rey's body? That's why she's on the dark side.
I mean, that's a possibility. Anything's possible in the Star Wars universe. It is somewhat magic, somewhat sci-fi. We do know that Darth Vader did kill Darth Sidious in Episode 6, right?
Yes.
To kind of usurp power, and then obviously spoilers. Luke killed his father, and then that was that.
Well, no. Luke didn't kill Darth Vader. Darth Vader just died.
I'm sorry, he just died. I'm having a brain fart.
Yeah.
I've had a long weekend, Dad. I'm sorry.
No, he just died. Mm-hmm. But did he really kill Darth Sidious? He just threw him over a ledge. I
mean, movie magic can make anything happen, right? Came off the ledge. He could have somehow lived. We've seen stranger things happen in the Star Wars universe, for sure. So, confirmed now that he's back, right? Because you said that you saw
he's in
him
a poster.
He's on the poster, right?
He's in a poster. I mean, we heard his voice. I don't know if he's back. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're really working this new trilogy, to be honest.
Well.
I thought 7 was great.
7, yeah.
It was sort of a remake of 4.
Episode 4 again,
right?
Yeah.
8 was terrible.
I didn't think it was terrible, but it had issues.
I think when it's all said and done, it'll be the worst of the trilogy.
Of the new trilogy.
Yes, I think it will be. It will be.
Possibly. I mean, it's weird because they had a different director. They started with J.J. Abrams. They're going to end with J.J. Abrams. So they kind of sandwich Rian Johnson in the middle here. I guess because of scheduling concerns. He was doing other movies and he was busy. He couldn't do episode 8, but tonally it's very different. And a lot of the things that Abrams tried to set up, Rian Johnson just killed. Snoke turned out to be a joke.
Snoke a joke.
Snoke the joke. There you go. Luke,
I don't like the way they killed Luke.
No?
I'm okay with him dying.
Yeah.
I just don't like the way
they did. You didn't like the way it was sent off.
Yeah. No, I wanted the big battle. They didn't really have a big battle between him and Kylo Ren.
Well, no, he's not the one to take Kylo Ren down. If anything, it should be Rey.
No, Rey. No, I didn't say he would win against Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm. But you thought Kylo was going to kill him.
I thought,
and then Rey was going to get vengeance because he was the last Skywalker.
Listen, if I was going to do it, you kill Harrison Ford in the first one. That makes everybody know this is for real.
Yeah.
Right? He's dead. Mm-hmm. Right? Carrie Fisher, passed away. She's not dead, and we don't know if she's going to be dead in Episode 9,
but there is some footage of her in Episode 9.
Yeah, they're using cut footage from 8 in 9.
Yeah. They're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, so I don't know, if they will specifically kill her. I thought personally they should have killed her in Episode 8, right? Obviously before she died in real life.
Yeah.
But I thought they should have killed her character off in 8. And in the beginning of 9, Kylo Ren kills Luke because Luke he's so clouded he wants vengeance for his sister.
Right.
And,
that may have...
And then Kylo Ren... And then Rey, finishes him off the big battle at the end, right? That sets it up.
That may have been how J.J. Abrams wanted it to go. I don't know, because Rian Johnson killed a bunch of stuff, right? But one thing I thought that was interesting was when Rey was down in the cave on the island, right, where Luke was in seclusion, shit got dark, right? And she started hearing the voices and this and that, and that Cave of Whispers or whatever it was. And I was like, maybe she is going to turn dark. And then she does the team up with Kylo, right? And they're back to back fighting Snoke.
Snoke was a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
He killed Snoke.
Yeah, and that whole thing, which I thought was kind of cool, but then that kind of killed the master and the Padawan or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's there's always two. There's always a master and someone who's learning from the master, and then they have to die to bring balance to the Force, and that's just kind of how Star Wars works. But who knows? I mean, I like your idea for taking 7, 8 into 9. That also kills off all of the old guard, and it's look, they're done. They're way too old in real life.
Well, I was gonna say, Carrie Fisher, Leia and Luke can come back as Force ghosts that help Rey at the end of 9, right? Because Luke dies in the beginning of 9. And then Rey can come, and she's clouded by revenge too.
Oh yeah.
And then Luke and Leia are telling her, "Calm down. Don't be vengeful. Don't be vengeful." That's what got me killed.
Right.
That would have been great for Episode 9. JJ, just call me. JJ, call me. I got you.
Dan's available. He's available for parties.
I'm available. Bar mitzvahs, parties, celebrations,
and Star Wars
fiestas. Just call me.
Yeah.
D3 2020. Call me.
And for Star Wars consultation, Dan's available.
But
it's a really long business card. I got to tell you, I'm never going to be able to fit all that on there.
All right. So while I was on the beach, I did see the trailer, but I was binge watching Cobra Kai because it's now free.
Hi.
Is now free on YouTube. You don't have to be a YouTube
season one. Season one
is free. You don't have to be a subscriber to YouTube Red.
Surprising that they did that.
So I had to rewatch because I saw episode 1 through 4. I think it's 9 episodes. I didn't.
Yeah, 9 or 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see all of them because you needed a Red subscription to let you see 1 through 4.
They give you a little taste.
Yeah, I didn't subscribe, so I had to rewatch 1 through 4.
Dan, it's so cheap. Get on that family plan. Split it with 4 or 5 people.
Or you can just give me your code.
I am.
You're sharing the code.
I am all out of family slots.
Oh God!
All right, I'm sorry. You can have up to 5 people. There are 5 people. I was the last person on board. That's it. Otherwise, 100%. I'd share that with you because why not? If they give you the option, why not do that? But awesome that it's free.
It's awesome that it's free. It's I'm gonna wait to season 2 is free.
Season 2 is also great. You know, they set up some more arcs and whatnot.
You saw it already?
I did, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Season 2's been out.
Oh, okay.
I've had the YouTube Red, Dan. Come on now.
Yeah. All right.
I get beyond the velvet rope to the
I'm
good
good.
stuff.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for this Disney Plus.
Well, sure. I mean, YouTube's not going to be a part of that, but I feel like if I go the way...
If I'm going to go subscriptions, I'm just waiting for Disney Plus.
Sure. I mean, we're both going to be jumping on that, but I mean, I guess like another year, once like season 3 comes out, after season 3 is out, they'll probably make season 2 free, and then, there you go. There you go.
So, Dave, you didn't get pickups this week?
I did get some good pickups. I picked up a bunch of Switch games. Those Switch games you can see on the Instagram. Because again, when I was doing the move and all that, I had a long trek. I had to travel a bit. I said, you know what? I said I really want to get Fire Emblem. I've been putting off Fire Emblem. Now is the time to get Fire Emblem. So I got Fire Emblem 3 Houses for the Switch. It's good so far. I haven't gotten too much into it.
All right, so you really haven't played it. So
I kind of took a nap.
Yeah.
I played it for a little bit, and I'm like, damn, I'm real tired. I got to take a nap. So I took a nap most of the way. But I also got Mega Man 11, the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, which has...
Gotta have that download space.
I know. And I also picked up Hyrule Warriors.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice hack and slash game.
Yeah.
You can listen to a podcast. Listen to Rated G for Gamers podcast.
Rated G podcast, and just kind of shut your mind off. Well, sorry. Shut your mind off when you're playing the game and concentrate on the podcast.
There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So
yeah.
I picked up a few things. I picked up Control.
Oh, our giveaway of August
giveaway.
Our August giveaway. Uh-huh.
So I got that for the PS4. Astral Chain for the Switch. I picked that up. A couple of games I thought I didn't have, like the Samurai Showdown for the Genesis.
Oh, shoot.
Shadow Dancer, The Secret of Shinobi for the Genesis.
Right, that was part 2, I think, right? Or no? Or Shadow Dancer separate?
No. I think that was part 2.
Okay.
Then you got Shinobi 3, right? Revenge of Shinobi.
That's right. Yeah.
Then I got the Revenge of Shinobi for the Game Boy Advance.
Oh boy.
Underrated game you need to buy: Pursuit Force. For the PSP.
For the PSP.
Yes.
I remember
brings
this
me back
game.
to Circuit City days.
I remember this game, Dan.
You got to get it.
Pursuit Force was the game where you were jumping from car to... You were a cop.
Yes.
And you jump from car to car to get criminals, right?
Yes.
It was like a highway... It was a highway cop game. Yeah.
Yeah, I had Pursuit Force Extreme Justice, the second one.
I did not know they made a sequel.
I didn't have the first one, but I had the demo that we had at Circuit City.
I remember when that game came out, and everyone was like, yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Hidden gem, you say?
Yes, definitely got to pick it up for your PSP collection.
Okay.
And a bunch of...
I mean, I am, yeah.
A bunch of Xbox... And a bunch of Xbox games to round everything off. X-Men Next Dimension.
Oh, nice.
Nightcaster 2. I had Nightcaster 1. I didn't know I didn't have
Nightcaster 2. Nightcaster 2, I think, was in the running to be like the Xbox mascot for like a hot minute, because they didn't have anybody besides Master Chief.
So, Kingdom Under Fire Heroes, I think was the second one. No, I don't think it was it was the second one. It was not the first one.
Kingdom Under Fire, I think, was just the first one.
Yeah. And then Quantum Redshift.
Driving game, right? Yeah. Futuristic driving game.
Well, it's more like Wipeout. If you like Wipeout, you would like this game.
Wipeout.
You would like this game.
There was also that Fast RMX that was like a launch title for the Switch too. It had that similar kind of vibe.
We should get a physical copy of that game.
It's not going to happen, Dan.
Come on, there's a Fast RMX 2, and it'll come with Fast RMX 1 as part of it.
I mean, that would be no. You mean so Fast RMX 1 is going to be a download code?
No. Put it on a damn cart.
Yes. That's obviously what you should do. But developers like to save a little bit of money.
Oh, come on. How big is it? The game can't be that big.
It's not that. It's just if you go over 32 gigs, then you have to get a bigger cart, and that costs more money. And you're already paying the Switch tax, so...
Come on, just put Link in the game.
Just put Link in the game.
Everybody would want to play
I don't know if that would work out.
Put Star Fox.
Metroid or Star Fox. Samus or Star Fox.
Star
is really
Fox.
Where it's at.
Put Star Fox.
Yeah. That would thematically work a little bit better.
It's like Star Fox meets Wipeout, right? That would work. I could see that.
Sure.
Okay. That goes together. So you've been only playing FIFA.
Well, FIFA and Fire Emblem.
FIFA and Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
So I played a little bit of Control. I can't stop saying that.
I understand. Thoughts on the game? Because it is our August giveaway. It seems to be doing well.
I only played a little bit of it.
Yeah.
It's a little spooky.
Okay.
Right? Because it's like sort of like a.
Dan's gonna quit.
I feel like no. I feel like you're having a trip.
Okay. Oh.
Like you're tripping.
Dropping some tabs. I see.
So
that's kind of cool.
I played a little bit of it because I like maybe like the first, not even the tutorial. I didn't even finish the tutorial to be honest, because I was playing Guacamole 2. You hit these parts where it's like it's tough, tough platforming. Not even platforming. It's like the boss. You got to switch between dimensions.
Oh yeah.
And like you got the big boss in one dimension, you got these little pain in the ass monsters in the other dimension.
Yep.
And you got to keep switching between dimensions and killing them, and then you kill the boss, and he turns into little pain in the ass monsters. So I'm stuck. I got stuck somewhere, and I'm trying to beat it. It's driving me nuts.
Oh, hot damn! Yeah, but it's good though, right?
No, it's good. It's good.
Such a fun game.
It's really fun, really good, and it really puts your skills to the test as a gamer.
Yeah, and the whole like Day of the Dead. You know, you're playing as a masked luchador. Just the sound and the graphics.
Well, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but time. You know, it's really weird because like time is just. Doesn't matter. Like you have to go back in time, and it's just I feel
weird.
Like it's a little trippy too, like how they just convolute the story.
Right. Oh,
but it's fun. It's still fun. I've been playing a lot of Astral Chain. That's taking my time. That took me away from Control. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. This game is amazing. The only thing I
held off on this one. I was like, I don't know. Like, I know Platinum Games is good.
Baby, Platinum.
I understand it's Platinum Games. I understand they're the Bayonetta company, but still, I was like, how good could it be?
This game is so good. It's
good.
It's getting 8s and 9s around the board. I mean, I didn't have time to do a review roundup on this, but people really dig it. I would say before I get into what I don't like, it's like you're cops in this metro city.
Yep. And
like some interdimensional monsters just keep popping up.
Oh, well, I mean that's typical
what
every
happens.
day. I mean, come on. Yeah.
And then you scientists have found a way to capture some of these interdimensional monsters and sort of put them in the lab, train them, put armor on them, and then you hold them with the Astral Chain.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
So
you use them as a weapon.
You use them to help you fight other monsters, and you have them by an Astral Chain. And I think it's pretty cool because you could control your monster. Well, you tell them where to go by moving them around, right? And it's like having a dog or a horse or something.
Sure.
Where you pull
a little
the latch.
more volatile, but sure.
You pull the latch.
Yeah.
You know, to tell them to come in, and you can control them where they move, and they automatically fight no matter what. But they have a gauge, so if they overheat, they're no good. So you got to retract them back and let their gauge fill up. So you can't. Just
you can attack on your own, right? And
yes, you can attack.
Okay.
Yes, you can attack on your own. You can have your Astral Chain, and you can use the chain as a weapon as well. Where you can, you use the monster to wrap the chain around the monster, and it'll chain them down and hold them, and you both can attack for a certain amount of time.
Nice.
So,
Dan, you're getting me excited. Stop.
No, the game is.
It's another $60 I got to spend now.
No, the game.
You're telling me to get it, basically.
I'm telling you, the game is cool. You can pick either your sister and brother twins, and you can either pick obviously you pick the sister or you pick the brother. The only thing I don't like about the game is fully voice acted. Well, it's not fully voice acted. There are some parts when you're talking to random people where it's just text. But story mode wise, voice acted. Your sister I picked the brother. So whoever you pick, the other sibling is doing all the talking for the both of you.
Okay.
And you're just a silent protagonist.
Interesting.
I think that was a missed opportunity where they could have had some dialogue to give you some personality. But I see what they were trying to do where you give your own personality.
Right. Yeah.
There are a few side missions, so it entices you to just talk to random people and get the text, and it's like, hey, my partner's downstairs, he yelled at me, we hate each other right now, but he really needs a power-up, can you give this to him? And then
a fetch quest, huh?
Yeah, and then you find like the partner, and he's like, my partner is just a big baby, always worried about me. All right, I'll take this, but thanks, I'll give you for giving me this, I'll give you a couple of items, right? So you get rewarded if you do little side things like that. So it says you to talk to people.
Nice.
Your father is the captain, so it brings that weird dynamic of he didn't want you to be an Astral Chain cop.
Interesting.
Right?
It's too dangerous in the Force.
He was okay for you just being a regular cop.
Not for my kids. Yeah.
But then the other cops resent the Astral Chain cops because they're like, who do they think they are just because they have a monster in their arm, right? So it's a little weird because you can use the monster to spy on people. Like he'll listen. You can use the monster to listen to other people's conversations, and you have to do that. You have to be a detective.
This game is a lot deeper than I thought, Dan.
You have to be a detective essentially and get clues to find out where the monster is, what type of monster this is. So it's like half it's like Detective Pikachu meets Bayonetta.
Okay.
Look,
I'm on board, man.
You got to be a detective, and then you have the fight scenes.
Yeah,
I love this game. I may nominate it for Game of the Year.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Dan.
Already.
The year is not over yet.
Already.
The year is not over yet. All right.
So why don't we take a break? When we come back, we get into the top gaming news of last week. We're back. All right. Let's get into the top gaming news of last week. We got to start with our lead story. I'm happy, sort of happy. You thought I would have been happy.
I know why you're happy. Well, semi-happy.
TT Games.
Telltale.
Back, baby. Somewhat, sort of.
The name is back.
But
the game has changed.
And the game. You sound
like that.
You sound like a old 90s movie commercial.
Yeah, there you go.
The game is back. The name is back.
But the game has changed. That's right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, Sylvester Stallone, all come back in TT Games.
Wow, I'd see that movie.
Especially if it came out in the 90s.
Right?
When they hated each other.
Oh my God. Right, because everyone had a rivalry. Now I can make the better action movie.
What a special presentation of Steven Seagal.
Oh.
Who hated everyone. Who still does.
Oh my God.
Sorry, TT Games is back. But just like THQ is THQ Nordic, it's not the old THQ that we know and hate. We didn't love them.
No, they weren't great.
They weren't that great. No, they weren't.
They made some fun wrestling titles, and that was about all they really had.
So, LCG Entertainment, they're a Malibu-based gaming company. They bought the name and the IP.
Right.
Well, the IP that's left.
Sure. So they have. They don't have
Minecraft.
They don't have any of the licenses, I guess.
They don't have the license to Minecraft. They don't have the license to the Game of Thrones. They don't have the license to.
They lost that quick because the game was horrible.
The game was terrible. It was the only TT game I never finished.
Right. They probably lost the Batman license. Right?
No. They have anything that's WB.
Oh, they do.
So they have Batman.
Oh, it's fantastic.
They have the Batman license. And they have the Wolfenstein, the Wolf Among Us.
Wolf Among Us, right. That was based on fairy tales and myths and whatnot, right? Fables and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a pre-existing property?
No, well, I think you can't just make like a fairy tale. That story is owned by somebody. I think it's owned by WB.
Is it?
Yeah, I could have sworn that.
Well, that's not necessarily true because I don't think Disney owns the story of Snow White.
Yeah, they do. They own the story of Snow White because it's a Disney property.
I'm pretty sure there was something that came out in movie form that was based on one of the old Grimm's fairy tales that Disney had done, but somebody else had made like a thing about it, and it was like very close to the whole like story of it. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. I have been known to be wrong in the past. I will admit that. But I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do some research on that and figure out. But I mean, they do have the Wolf Among Us. They do have Batman.
They do have Batman. Well, we don't know what's going to happen with them. So none of the old developers, None of the developers are from the old TT games that we know and loved.
Sure.
Sometimes hated.
Right.
That horrible engine.
Right.
They're not back. They said they will contract. They want to start small. Mm-hmm. They want to work on one project at a time. They don't want to make the mistakes that TT did back in the day.
You really kind of grow pretty quick, and then you're like, now you have growing pains, and you grew too quickly, and things aren't working out too well, right? You hired too quick or whatever.
So they're just going to start small, build on one project at a time. They will contract. They would try to give as many jobs to the old devs as possible by contracting them out. Mm-hmm. All right, and start that way, and then if what they make is successful, then they can hire some people full time and come up with some other projects. Mm-hmm. So I like that we're going to do this. I like the fact that they're doing this. I like the fact that they're reaching out to the old devs to say, hey, we want to employ you guys somehow, some way.
Right. It's not like they're not beholden to do that by any means. I mean, I think it's good to do that, right? Because it sucks that.
Well, it sounds bad. Everyone was going crazy over the internet when this dropped because it sounds bad. It's like, oh yeah, we bought the company, but we're not going to give everybody their jobs back. We'll make them contractors. We'll give them a contract. Contract them out, right? Well, it sounded bad, but if you think about it, it's not really that bad.
I mean, they're obviously making logical business moves, right, and not thinking with their heart, like, oh, hey, all these people are out of jobs. Realistically, we can only hire so many people to start, and they are going back to the well of former employees first, right? Because they're like, you guys know the code, we'll take all the good developers and we'll bring you on board, So I mean, I think it's a good thing.
But it would still be hard to hire everyone anyway because they're in Malibu. While Telltale Games was further north.
Hey, man, sometimes you got to move. You got to move for the job. Or, I mean, you're a game developer. You can just work remotely. That is a thing.
Well, hence why they would have them contract out, right?
Right, exactly.
So, I don't know, what would you want their first project to be? Because I know I would want a Batman 3. I want a season 3.
Another Batman.
I thought Batman was fantastic. It was an original story.
If I had, like... Out of the games that they made in the past, or like any kind of property into a Telltale style game?
Either one.
A tough,
open-ended question. I want Batman and I want Wolf Among Us. I want Batman Season 3 and Wolf Among Us 2. What would you want?
I want a Breaking Bad style Telltale game.
Wow, that works. That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that.
There you go. I was just kind of running through all like the hit shows, and then I was AMC's got Mad Men and Better Call Saul. Breaking Bad,
but
100%.
But it would have to be. It can't be Breaking Bad. It has to be Breaking Bad at some point between the first 6 seasons.
Right? 5 seasons.
5 seasons.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want a Breaking Bad without the main character.
No, you gotta have Walter White.
Spoilers if you haven't seen that last episode.
Yeah, it ends.
They're making a movie though. They're making a movie.
It's already been shot.
It has?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's after season 5. It's a continuation of the story, though.
Yeah, it's a story of Jesse. I was going to say Jesse Eisenberg, but Jesse Pinkman. We're not talking about Lex Luthor, folks, but tangentially, we're going off on a quick little side tangent. It's a story of Jesse Pinkman. I guess he's kind of on the run from like a bunch of things, and they definitely have some references and nods in. I think they put out like a teaser trailer now. I know Bob Odenkirk basically dropped it, and it was like one of the best kept secrets. They're like, yeah, it's done. More or less. He was in some interview or whatnot, I think, and he like dropped it. I think purposely. He kind of like dropped that because they're pretty much ready to go. So
I don't think this is not going to be in the movies, though, right?
I think it's I think it's going to be on a streaming network or a TV movie or something. Yeah. So maybe AMC, maybe like Netflix or something. Hopefully they do it right. I love Better Call Saul. I
haven't really gotten into Better Call Saul.
Oh, it's so good. Because they have all of the characters, because it's a prequel, right? So they have, like, all of the characters that can show up, basically show up in Better Call Saul. So you see how Saul Goodman became Saul Goodman, right? And got wrapped up in the whole thing, so...
So I getting back to Telltale.
Yep.
The reason why I'm not I'm happy that they're back and that the IP. I mean, I'm sure they really want to use that engine.
Do they? It was a really old engine.
They were working on a new engine, and the Stranger Things game was going to be on the new engine. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they wanted that. They wanted that engine.
Sure. Yeah. However much of it was done. Yeah.
But LCG Entertainment makes cell phone games.
Okay.
So this doesn't bode well if they want to make a narrative cell phone game.
Hey, Candy Crush, Dan, it's probably like the most profitable, I think, I want to even say game of all time. So
I know.
Don't
I know, but I want this to be on the Switch or the PS4 or PS5.
Right. I really don't think they're going to be making these games for the cell phone, even though they could. I think they're still going to make them for console.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you
have faith, Dan. Have faith.
You have a lot of faith.
Have faith.
You have a lot of faith.
I do. Join me in the prayer circle.
I'm okay. I'm good. Well, you want to talk about profitable games?
I do.
All the time. Let's talk about rare games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of the rarest games. Ultra rare NES era style Konami game discovered, and it was already emulated, so it's out there.
Right. Never got a physical release or a. It never actually came to market, but somebody found it and dumped it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of game are we talking about here?
The game is Space School. It was like a space... It was...
I think they need to workshop that name a little bit, Dan. I don't know. Space School.
It was never available commercially. It was only for educators.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was still... You know what? The game isn't really remotely interesting. Mm-hmm. But what's fascinating is we're still getting unreleased games. We're still discovering new games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have think everybody would have dumped anything if you have any knowledge of a game that was being made, you would have just dumped that already on the internet by now, right?
I mean,
this is
sometimes you forget.
This is a Famicom game. Let's just keep this in mind. This is a Famicom game. This is the mid '80s.
It's close to 30 years, if not more than 30 years old already. But I mean, like, look at the dude who had the Nintendo PlayStation prototype just sitting in his attic. He didn't know, he didn't know he had it, and he walked up there one day and he found this thing and he's like, "What is this?" It happens.
I just 10 years from now we're gonna get another Famicom Unreleased game.
I'm sure there's like hundreds of games that never made it to market, in like various states. I guess this one was pretty far along for someone to dump it and have it be playable, right?
Well, it was only playable, in schools, like in certain schools. Mm-hmm. So it's just weird. I mean, remember, we had those PlayStation games that people, the certain schools got, and they get to take home.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there were PlayStation 1 games. Educational PlayStation 1 games.
Specifically made for the
PlayStation.
Right.
And
for
education.
For educational purposes.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
I didn't get one, but I had a friend who lived in Long Island that got one.
Really?
Yeah.
I lived in Long Island. I didn't get PlayStation educational games.
Or maybe it was only Nassau County. You Suffolk kids didn't. You Suffolk kids had to suffer.
Oh no, I was in. Oh God. There you go.
So
I like the alliteration. I'll say that. I don't like the sentiment though. I'm salty over here.
You Suffolk kids had to suffer.
All
right, let's stick with Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo is all in on the Switch, all in on Switch Online. There are rumors that we may be getting some SNES games online, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting an actual virtual console, but maybe...
Oh, whoa. Let me go ahead and correct you on that Super Nintendo thing. We are getting Super Nintendo games. It's a matter of when.
Okay.
It's a matter of when.
Eventually.
I mean, it's inevitable. We had them on the Wii U. We had them on the Wii.
All right, eventually.
Yeah,
and we'll see.
It's just when. Yeah.
Well, some people will like it sooner than later.
I'd like them right now, please. Donkey Kong Country. Speaking of old games, Donkey Kong Country is 25 years old this year, so might as well put it on the.
Donkey Kong can get into certain clubs now.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. It can run a car at this point.
He's 25 years older.
Yeah, right.
Well, the Wii Virtual Shop, eShop, shut down. We talked about that. That. It's just a matter of time before the 3DS and the Wii U Virtual Shop shut down. Mm-hmm. And we got our first scare of that. Mm-hmm. Well, all digital future, right? Yep. These eShops shut down.
Right.
In Europe, there was a disclaimer saying that in September, Nintendo will no longer take credit cards. Any credit card support for the 3DS, 3DS family, they say, or the Wii U. Everyone's going crazy. You know, will they be shutting down a virtual console everywhere? Everyone, just relax. Not yet. It's coming. It's inevitable. They will shut down eShops, but not yet. There was some laws that passed in Europe where you had to have 2 forms of verification.
2-factor authentication, I think. Yeah,
for credit cards.
Right, which is basically like the 2-factor thing is the new one of the new hotnesses in security, because everybody has a cell phone. So what they do when you try and log in, they go, "Oh, we sent a code to your phone. Take a look," and you punch in the 4 or 6-digit code, right? So Nintendo's like, you know what? Screw it. The 3DS is so old. Nobody's playing the Wii U. We're not going to bother making a code update to update the firmware just to get a couple more bucks, right? I think they kind of evaluated that.
Well, the Switch started with the 2 forms of verification.
The 2-factor, right?
Yeah,
because I mean, they knew, they
knew the law was coming.
Right. It was either out or it was coming, so they're like, well, we'll just go ahead and build it in. It's better security anyway. 2-factor auth wasn't really. I mean, it was like starting to become a thing when the 3DS was out, but they didn't build it into it. So, yeah. So I mean, it makes sense from that standpoint when Nintendo shut it down. If that wasn't the case, I feel like, and I think you would agree, that the eShop would probably still be open.
The eShop would still be open to take credit card. Now, this I'm not gonna lie, this kind of scares me a little bit. This has put me on notice that there are certain games that you can only buy on the eShop.
Yeah.
On the Wii U or the 3DS.
Yeah.
I want to get out there and buy those games up now and just keep them on a hard drive.
Keep them
on a hard drive.
Yeah.
PT demo's still kicking, baby.
I can go ahead and take or leave all those digital exclusive whatever games. If I didn't get to play them, I'm never going to get to play them.
It's the horrible mentality, baby. Come on.
It's too much, Dan. It's too much to keep up with. I'm sorry.
I'm
an old man, you always say. I'm an old man. I don't have that kind of time.
I got like 8 3DSs. It was just like, which one had Castlevania Bloodlines?
Yeah, right. Because you have them all. You want to obviously play with all your toys.
Yeah.
I understand.
All right, let's move on to Capcom. Let's talk about not old games. Let's look towards the future. Let's talk about Switch. TGS. This is convention season. After E3, you need a little summer lull, then the convention season really starts because you got PAX or Penny Arcade Prime.
That's what
Gamescom
PAX stands for.
Well,
yes.
you have Gamescom starts it off, and then
Gamescom is in Germany. TGS in Japan.
Well, then you have PAX Prime right after Gamescom, literally a week later.
Yeah.
And then you have TGS.
Right. And then you have
the
Paris
week after
Games
that.
Week.
The week after that, and then Paris Games Week.
Yeah.
Yes. And then PSX usually. Well, the video game, the Game Awards, and then PSX. But we didn't have a PSX last year. We're not going to have it this year either.
So far, there's no signs of that because they're doing the thing in February, like we talked about.
Which is still rumored.
The week before.
It's still rumored. It's not official, but
right.
I think it's official.
It makes sense for them to have something where they can control the narrative and say, "This is our new console." So yeah.
So, but Capcom is going to be at TGS. They've already announced all the panels they were having, and they have a really interesting panel of Switch remasters. We didn't talk about it last week, but there was a leak of 12 SKUs on the GameStop. There was like a GameStop leak that had like 12 SKUs for Switch titles.
Not to be outdone by Walmart Canada, right?
Yeah. Unreleased Switch titles for 2019.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So we didn't really talk about that. I didn't really feel the need that we needed to talk about that. Because if there was going to be a direct in September, which is highly rumored now, it's the speculation's picking up, we would hear about it in that direct. So I figured we would just wait till that direct.
Yeah.
But Capcom's they're having a panel about the remastered Switch games. Really? Come on, can we get some new IP? They're digging into the crate and bringing out some old IP.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but
they're going to make a lot of money on the Switch ports.
I mean, in terms of like remasters or sequels and whatnot, like who doesn't want more Mega Man? Right? I'm just saying.
Well, let me put it this way. If they had to bring a new if they have to revive and remaster something from the past, Capcom's past, what would you want? What would you want them to remaster? What do you want to see in this panel? and be hyped for 2019?
That's actually a very good question. I'm going to let you go first. I need to think about this for a second.
Well, we did talk about Power Stone a couple of weeks ago. The one of the directors from the old Power Stone games talked about he would love to do a Power. Now, we said, is this pie in the sky? Why would he just mention that? Or maybe he was.
Well, the stars are aligning,
Maybe he was coming up with some hype.
Right. A little underground hype. So who knows? I like that. I will say, Beautiful Joe on the Nintendo GameCube.
Okay.
In its lovely 480p resolution and square frame. Could do with a 1080p, maybe even like a 4K widescreen update. If we're not going to get a sequel to that game, which, come on, we need to get a sequel, I would at least take a remaster of the first one. I think that's pretty solid.
Well, I would take the collection. Give me all
1 and 2. Oh, sure.
1, 2. They had 3 Beautiful Joes.
Maybe. Yeah, I know they made 1 and 2 in the GameCube. There may have been like a 3DS one or something too.
There was a PSP.
The PSP one.
There was a PSP one.
Yeah. Yeah, that game was great, It still holds up. Like, the gameplay still kind of holds up. The visuals are a little bit kind of
comic art style.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Comic Zone.
Yeah. Oh, God, Comic Zone. That's another good game. That's a Sega property, though, not a Capcom property. They have a lot of stuff where they could kind of dig into.
How about Rival Schools?
Rival Schools is good. I was going to say they can make a Trojan remake.
Get out of here.
Talk about going way back. No. Rival Schools would be awesome. We haven't seen a Rival Schools since the Dreamcast. That was the sequel. Project Justice, I think, was the sequel, which was good, but not as good as the first one.
I have that on the PS. Well, I told the story of how I have Rival Schools because my friend sold. He borrowed my games and he sold a bunch of games that were mine, and half of those were my games.
That's effed up, Dan.
So I just went to his house and I said, "What games do you have left? These? Okay, they're mine." And I just took them.
There you go.
And
now you're even.
And Rival Schools was one of them.
There you go.
He sold my Resident Evil.
Damn. Well, you have it back now tenfold. So.
Well, I do have it back. All right, so let's talk about games that are actually announced. And I'm surprised. I mean, this is Capcom, so I'm surprised they didn't just keep it and wait for TGS. But as you said, Mega Man, we already have the Mega Man collection and Mega Man X. Well, Mega Man collection 1, 2, Mega Man X collection. 1
and 2, yeah.
And now we have the Mega Man 0 and ZX collection.
I have the ZX games for the DS. They are fantastic. They're kind of like open world, side-scrolling action-adventure games, right? You get new powers and abilities that open up different parts of the world. It's really good.
And they have the Mega Man 0. That was Game Boy Advance, right?
Yep.
It was only the Game Boy Advance.
Yep. So all these games are GBA and Nintendo DS era games. Great to see them come to modern consoles in this kind of big collection. I'm assuming they're going to do some quality of life updates, right? I mean, the Game Boy Advance was widescreen, but I hope they do like advanced visuals.
They actually had a ZX or 0. There was a Mega Man 0 or ZX collection on the 3DS or the DS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a little pricey. It's like $40 last time I checked.
Oh, that's not too bad, but yeah.
I remember seeing that and I was like, should I get this? But now I don't have to. Well, no, I'm still gonna get it. I'm still gonna get it.
Yeah, Dan, come on now. You're not fooling anybody. You collect everything in a good way.
In a good way. Well, let's talk about what well, put it this way. Capcom could announce Aladdin. Right, because they made the SNES Aladdin game.
They did,
right, as a remake. But we're already going to be getting, which weirdly enough was announced at a GameStop con. I didn't even know they had a con. What?
You don't follow the latest news coming out of the GameStop con? Come on now.
So, well, I mean,
come on now.
So, well, it takes us back to the earlier conversation. We had Gamescom, PAX Prime, GameStop.com, TGS,
yeah, GameStop,
Paris Games Week.
Ugh.
Well, they announced Aladdin and the Lion King collection.
Yeah, which is pretty huge.
Pretty huge. But it was just the Genesis. It's just the Genesis games and the Game Boy games.
Right.
Because the I think Aladdin for the SNES was made by Capcom, but the rest of those games, the Genesis game, take it back. The Aladdin games were totally different. Because they were made by two different totally studios.
Were made by different studios. Genesis one looked more like the movie. The Super Nintendo one was more kind of spritey.
Well, the SNES one, you had apples as a weapon, while the Genesis one, you actually had a sword.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, you know.
Genesis
Nintendo
does what
America,
Nintendo don't.
There you go. Nintendo of America was squeaky clean back in the day. They've loosened up a little bit, but
so that. Yeah, but they were made by Virgin Games, Virgin Interactive.
Virgin Interactive was the
yeah.
It's the same company that made Cool Spot, Dan. It's a good
game.
Why are you looking at me like that?
We're not doing video. If you did video, I'm giving you the death stare.
Apparently.
When are we ever going to talk about Cool Spot?
You obviously have never played Cool Spot.
It's a good game. I've played Cool Spot.
Yeah, and it's a good game.
Didn't they have? It was two versions of Cool Spot. Back in the day, I know, guys. If
Cool
we had
Spot was the same, I think.
If we have a younger audience, yes. Back in the day, when we had two different consoles, we got the same game, but they were two different games. Because a lot of times they were made by two different developers.
Oh, I see. I thought you were going to school the kids on the old
difficult
7-Up mascot.
Oh no, nobody remembers.
That's for Cool Spot. I thought that's where you were going.
First of all, I don't think anybody even remembers 7-Up. Is 7-Up even around?
7-Up is still around, just like Sprite is still around.
Well, Sprite's owned by Coke.
No,
Sprite's Coke.
Sprite is Coke, and
7-Up is Pepsi.
Pepsi. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just the right.
That brings me to my. Nobody knows what 7-Up.
Nobody knows what 7-Up is. You don't remember 7-Up. I
remember 7-Up
because Dan, just like me, is getting older, and his memory is not.
I remember 7-Up, and I remember the stupid game we used to play when we were in school called 7-Up, where you had the thumb up, and you had your eyes closed.
I don't know why that was called 7-Up.
Me neither.
I don't know. This is very weird. I never got that connection.
But you remember the game.
I do remember the 7-Up game because my mind is a steel trap, Dan.
Get out of here! You always forget stuff.
What?
So this is cool. It's coming out on the Switch and the PS4, and I don't know if they announced in the Xbox version. They could be. They should be.
You think it's going to be $40 on PS4 and Xbox, and $60 on the Switch?
$50 on the Switch.
$50 on the Switch?
Switch tax.
Maybe. I think if it's going to be more money, it's going to be a full-on $60 price. Nintendo don't mess around.
No. I think it'd be like $49.99.
Yeah.
On the Switch.
All right. But you're in agreement. It's probably going to be more money.
It's probably going to be more money on the Switch.
Yeah.
Switch tax. I think I want us to be past the Switch tax.
As do I.
Because I could have sworn they said this collection was going to be $30. Mm-hmm. So if it's $30, no. I think no. It's going to be $30, but on the Switch, when it actually comes out, it'll be $40.
I could see that.
I hope not. I just hope it's 30 across the board.
That'd be great.
I mean, how big are these games?
Oh no, not big at all. Yeah. They're like altogether maybe like 30 megs.
Yeah, but good on you, Disney. We got the Mickey Mouse games. It's on the Genesis Mini.
Genesis Mini. Yep.
Right. We're getting great Marvel games.
Yep.
Right, we get the Lion King and Aladdin. We're getting remakes of those. Well, ports of those, not really remakes. I mean, good on you. Come on, Disney's coming back with a vengeance with video games.
That's right.
I mean, they made some good games back when we were kids. Disney games.
I'm just waiting on that Princess and the Frog game, Dan.
Oh, get out of here!
It needs to happen.
Come on, Beauty and the Beast game.
There you go.
Oh, the Little Mermaid from the NES. That was a hard game.
Yeah, it was.
That was a hard game.
That was actually another Capcom game too.
Yeah, they can announce their own collection of Disney games.
We had some of those. We had the Disney Afternoon Collection, but there are more games.
But that wasn't physical. That was digital only. So maybe Capcom will have their Disney. It won't be just Disney Afternoon. It'll be Disney games, right? They'll have the Disney Afternoon Collection on the cart.
That'd be awesome.
And they'll have the Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast or whatever the games. Games they made.
What if they made an all-in-one plug and play Disney console shaped like Ariel?
So the next Switch rumor.
Well, look, Dan doesn't want to admit it. He knows it's a good idea.
All right. So we had a Switch leak of Overwatch. It was an Overwatch Switch case that was leaked out. That looked official. It even had the official Nintendo seal of approval on it. And then quickly taken down. So this is the worst kept secret Overwatch to the Switch.
I mean,
why would they make a Switch carry case and that have a game?
Exactly. You're not going to make one that looks like Master Chief or one that looks like Stranger Things.
Why not? I would if I was Xbox.
I mean,
if I was Microsoft, I would make a Master Chief.
Right,
Switch
but I mean,
case.
Nintendo has to like license it out, right? They have to give someone the authority to say you can make products for the Switch, right?
Well, no, if you want it to be officially. License.
Oh, I guess you could make an unofficial product, right?
You make an unofficial product.
You could.
It could just be a Switch case. You just don't call it a Switch case.
Yeah. Well, okay. You would have to get the rights to use Master Chief's likeness.
Well, no,
And
I'm saying
that's
Microsoft can use it. Microsoft.
Oh,
can
you
do
think
it.
Microsoft in-house is going to make their own?
They
Switch
could. They could
cases
troll.
with,
They could
Master
troll.
Chief
They could
on there?
troll us.
Oh my
They could
god.
troll us.
I mean,
that would be so perfect. I make a God of War Switch case.
Would you get one that was like?
I would. I
yeah?
would actually get it.
Okay.
I would get it. You know what? How about make a God of War Switch case?
That'd be so funny. You have to get like a blank one now and then throw some Kratos stickers on there. Because you're like, what's in there? Yeah, it's just my portable PSP.
So this is true. This is probably going to get announced at some point.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I think the hype for Overwatch has kind of gone down a little bit.
It has been usurped by PUBG, Fortnite, and the latest one is Apex Legends.
And Call of Duty multiplayer 4 Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4.
5.
Yeah. 4.
Yeah.
Black Ops 4.
Why did you put 5 fingers up just now?
I was trying to do 4, but I had a pen in my hand.
That's why I said 5. I was like, I thought it was 4, but he puts up 5.
No, I was trying to do 4, but I couldn't get the pinky down. It's a little behind the scenes for you right there. No. Dan was right. Black Ops 4. You're not wrong, but it's still doing well.
But they still have an Overwatch League. I mean, Robert Kraft and 50 Cent own, Overwatch League.
Own some teams. Yeah. I mean, it's still very lucrative.
It's on ESPN, even though after the mass shooting we had, unfortunately, they didn't do it live. They're going to taped it and they're going to air it in some point in October.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's still good. Like, we had the Overwatch League thing here at the Barclays a couple months ago, which was like the hotness. Everyone was coming by for that. So it still does really well. I mean, it does well globally. It's obviously not number one, but it's strong. The art style is great. It's very unique. They just, I think,
instead of Metroid Prime 4, the picture, just the logo, in development, we should get an Overwatch. It would have been really big at that point.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's going to do gangbusters. They obviously have to tone it down a little bit to make it fit in the Switch, but it's not anything crazy to play Overwatch. I was playing it on my old machine before I upgraded everything, and it ran like buttery smooth. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, so we got to do a little retraction from a couple of...
You have to do a little retraction.
We're a
You're
team.
the one who brings up the news.
We're a team.
Yeah, I know, you're right.
We're a team. Spyro Collection on the Switch. I said this would be the definitive way to buy it because it looks like they're, from the box art, there's no download code.
And usually that's the thing. They let you know, hey, you need internet access to download. You have an account or whatever.
So I thought all 3 games would be on the cart.
Right.
And I was like, I gotta buy this game again because I already have it.
Right.
Right. But I want to have all 3 on the cart.
Yeah, right. Well, you put the brakes on that now.
I put the brakes on that because I'm definitely not buying this again because I was wrong. We got the official box art. It has a download code. I mean, it has the download information. Not information. The sort of like the warning. You have to have space.
Right. Because it says it way at the bottom. Because you have the little gray warning box.
Because you have to download 10 gigabytes. Mm-hmm. That means you're downloading Spyro 2 and 3.
100%. 100% you are. Right.
And I was pissed because I said, if you held this game, if you held the Switch game, you didn't announce the Switch Switch port because you wanted to put all 3 on the cart. You could just you should have just held it off and put it on PS4 or Xbox One.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I was wrong. You know what? I was wrong. Screw it.
It happens, It happens because obviously, like from all the stuff that we saw, we didn't see the little banner, the warning on there, So that sucks.
Well, if you go on the Nintendo website, they didn't, and they had the official box art. If you look at all the other box arts, they have the download warning. On this one, they didn't have it. Yeah. So that's why everyone was like, "Oh my God, you could! This is the definitive version to buy if you're a collector."
Exactly. Why would you think otherwise, right? You would have that. you would have that fear. Here's the official box art. I guess it wasn't final, or they missed it on there. So everyone speculates, oh well, they didn't put the thing on there. Might as well be on the disc.
Yeah. Guess who's not buying the Switch version? Me. Yes.
I understand.
But a game I will be buying, a game I've been waiting for, a game that doesn't need a download code. Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight.
The new Shovel Knight.
The game that keeps on giving.
The game that's Listen, this
It's
game
the one game that Yacht Club has made and continues to make.
Well, this is the game that it's so old. They brought it out. I remember Colin and Greg talked about it when they were still working at IGN. They were still working at IGN. They talked about
2015, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2014.
I think they were talking about this game in like 2014, and it came out in 20. I first got it on 3DS. It was a download code. So like 2013, 2014, something along those lines.
Maybe it was actually as early as 2013.
2013, 14. No, I think it came out. In 14, because I remember when they left and created Kind of Funny, it was like this game is released, right? So they could have been 2014 or 15, one of those. 14 or 15 is one of those. I got it on 3DS digitally, and then I bought the physical.
Yeah. The 3DS, I think it came out on the Wii U first.
No.
3DS first.
It came out on 3DS first, and then it came out on because I have the digital copy for the 3DS. And then I bought the physical for the PS4. Right. And I got the physical for the Wii U. And then I went out and I got the physical for the 3DS.
Well, regardless, it's so old they put it on the Wii U. And it was a viable product at that point.
Yes, physical. They put it out physically for the Wii U.
That's right. And now we have a new entry into the Shovel Knight lexicon, I guess.
Well, we were supposed to get the collection of all the kings and the amiibo in April.
That's right.
And I was really looking forward to that. And we played, and you played it.
I played the King Knight, It was very good, very polished.
So they delayed it because they wanted to work out some kinks, which was great, and we're all for delaying games if you're going to make it better.
Yeah.
But they also announced the King of Cards, which is like a card game. They announced Shovel Knight Dig,
right?
Which looks awesome. It's just like SteamWorld Dig.
Interesting. A game I still need to play.
Well, it's a game
you and guest the show Derek were like, you need to play SteamWorld Dig.
Oh, you need to play SteamWorld Dig.
I understand.
Dig 1 and 2.
I understand.
But it's so obvious. Shovel Knight. He has a shovel. He's digging.
Right?
It's like mind blowing. Duh. Like that's a great game to put him in. And I wish they would have had a crossover
between
SteamWorld Dig and Shovel Knight Dig.
That'd be kind of funny. There's still potential for that. They could still do that.
They could still do that. And then they had but then they weren't. That wasn't it. They were announcing other games, and there was Shovel Knight.
Well, the fighting game, right?
The fighting game.
One you're talking about?
Yeah. The name escapes me. I should have written it down.
Same. Yeah.
Shovel Knight Shadow.
Unsure. I forget the name.
I'm thinking of Shadow Dancer.
It's definitely not Shadow Dancer from your pickups. But yeah, there is like a head-to-head fighter. I think like a 4-player Smash style, I think is the game, right? And it looks really cool. It has most of the obviously it has Shovel Knight, and I think it has most of the bosses from the from all the different levels, which is was awesome. It's like such a good idea. So it's using the same visuals and all that stuff, but it's putting it in like a Smash Brothers fighter.
Shovel Knight Showdown. Got it. It just came.
So there you go. We got a good amount of new Shovel Knight material coming. So definitely looking forward to that.
And then the amiibo are definitely coming out in December.
The whole set
of all the kings, all the knights, and then the knights will give you the skin. So the amiibo actually do something. They give you the skin of the knight.
Nice.
In the game. One thing I didn't look up. I want to know if all these little mini games are going to be like on the physical release.
Oh, well,
that would be awesome.
It is Yacht Club Games.
That would be awesome.
I feel like they're going to go the extra mile and make that happen.
I mean, I still think Spectre Knight. I love Shovel Knight, and I played it on 3 different platforms.
Yep.
But I love Spectre Knight better. He's the best.
Spectre Knight is great.
He's the best out of my. I really want to play.
Plague Knight was Plague Knight. Weak.
No,
it's a little tough. Yeah.
So I beat the game. I beat Spectre Knight. I beat Shovel Knight. I want to play King Knight. I'm not playing Plague.
Now you're like, I'm out.
I'm
Too
out
much.
when it comes to Plague. Yeah.
The bomb mechanic is a little. It's okay.
It's
okay.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
All right. So let's end by talking about Ninja.
Good old Ninja.
I think we began 2 episodes ago with Ninja. So let's end with Ninja today.
Yeah.
So
he made his big move to Mixer, right?
Made his big move to Mixer, exclusively on Mixer. We talked about the controversy over Twitch and how they sort of mishandled him leaving the platform. But Ninja is expanding. He's now he's an endorsement deal with Adidas.
Nice.
Good on him.
Good on him, 100% good on him. Like, it's a little bit interesting because esports controversial in the fact that it's not so physical. It's not like football or soccer or hockey or baseball where you're putting your body.
But racing, how physical is racing, though? I mean, even though you could die, and get hurt, but that's not really physical either. Technically,
I mean, you sweat a lot in that suit when you're riding around the track. Making those like left turns.
You sweat when you have one hit and you almost die.
You're in an air conditioned arena. You're probably in an air conditioned chair.
Did you see the guys
in an air conditioned arena?
You see the guys at Evo? They be sweating, especially when you get to that final game. It don't matter how cold it is in there.
Sure,
they're nervous.
Sure,
and they're tense and they're like sweating. And one wrong move, you could die and lose $1 million.
Yeah, no. That's fair. It's fair. So he's got
and before you continue, to be fair, talk about being physical. There are colleges, and we talked about it maybe years ago when we first started the show. There are colleges that give you scholarships. Yep. There's a college in Chicago, in Illinois. I don't think it was in Chicago, but it was in Illinois where you can get a scholarship to college to play.
Illinois is the state that Chicago's in,
yes,
by the way.
I know, but I thought it was specifically in Chicago, but it wasn't.
Yes. Okay,
it was in Illinois.
Right. Yeah,
I can't think of the name.
You're right. Though it was. Yeah. We talked about it earlier in the year. I mean,
but they have to they have to train, like they have to actually
100%.
keep their body,
like I don't
eat right, keep their bodies in shape.
I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to discount anything of like Ninja's skill and what he's doing and whatnot, but it is very different than football.
Oh,
like
yes.
Playing like an esport, playing a first-person shooter competitively, right? There is definitely a path to greatness. Ninja is very good at what he does. He is the #1 personality in like game streaming. He is the Fortnite guy. Do you think people are going to gravitate to wearing Ninja-themed athletic wear?
Yes.
You think it's going to do really
yes.
well?
If they have to, you sell at a convention, so you got to know your audience.
Sure.
Right. So Adidas, if they're smart, they will have a booth.
They're gonna get a booth
at like PAX, all the PAXs, E3, Gamescom.
They're gonna sell like jerseys with like his name on the back, right?
Well, they're gonna
have tracksuits.
Well, we have jerseys for different teams already.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I
think they would like kind of do well to put that stuff in there, right? And then just Here's all the other Ninja stuff you can get, and if that does well, maybe they'll do like more partnerships.
Well, I'm happy for Ninja as a whole because I mean the game theory channel on YouTube, they did a whole thing on Ninja and how it's good for him but bad for Mixer.
That's what they were. That's what he was positing at least. Yeah.
That that when Ninja started, he was like 40%. Of all their watch time.
The traffic on Mixer.
Traffic on Mixer was all 40%.
Of course, and I think that's
and it's died down a little bit.
Of course, I mean it's definitely going to level off because like everyone's like, oh, let me see how he does on Mixer. Let me check out this new platform, and but then everyone's going to get over that.
But if Ninja dies out, right, or fizzles out, then it's like. Mixer kind of fizzles out because they're saying they're basically their argument is, hey, you need a good, instead of spending, which is rumored, we don't know officially, but like let's just say $10 million around that range. Sure. Right. Instead of $10 million on one person, you could have spread that out to get some good mid-tier talent to bring to Mixer.
Right.
And then you can grow them, and one of them can maybe blow up to be your main.
Sure. I mean, you don't have all your eggs in one basket. So, I mean, that's typically a better strategy for that type of thing. But I don't know. Like, I think the Ninja thing is good. Ninja was obviously unhappy with some of the things, some of Twitch's practices.
Yeah,
so
but
he was eventually possibly going to move to a different platform. Why not lock him down?
True, but the practices, again, wouldn't affect him. But I know he was going on the principle of the matter.
Right.
But this deal was more about stability because the popularity of Fortnite is going down a little bit.
That's true.
And when he streams other games, his
numbers go down.
His numbers go down.
So what do you do?
So this was guaranteed money. This is a contract.
Why would you not take
this? This ain't football. This damn sure ain't football. This is basketball. This is guaranteed money, right? For a certain amount of time that they're not going to make back right now. They're thinking of the long haul.
Oh, of course. No. This is definitely a long-term gamble on this, or a long-term investment.
Now I don't.
Think is the word.
Now Mixer was just a thing that Microsoft bought and was on the Xbox One, in my view. And
as does every big company, they buy tech and bring it into their fold. You know.
For this to be really profitable for them, will they expand? Will they put this on the PS4 and on the Switch?
The Mixer?
Right? Yeah, like a Mixer app.
I mean, why would you not? Why would you not?
Like Minecraft, to get your billions back, you got to put it on all platforms and support it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. It is a streaming platform. Just because Microsoft owns it doesn't mean,
I mean, like Microsoft owns. We talked about this years ago too. Like PlayStation, Sony owns like the Blu-ray technology.
Yep.
And that's in the Xbox One.
Yeah, so they get the benefit of expanding out Blu-ray, and they also get the benefit of Microsoft paying Sony the license to be able to play Blu-ray.
And then vice versa, because Havoc, right, is owned by Microsoft.
Right.
And any games that are made with Havoc.
Right, which is every game, every AAA title is made
they have
with
to
the
pay
Havoc
for that.
Engine.
They have to pay for that. And I mean, we see that everywhere. I mean, Samsung has the parts for the iPhone. Parts for the iPhone.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So every time they sue each other for something, it's like they still earn business together regardless.
Right. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you need this little core processor chip or whatever it is. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I mean, I think I think the whole Ninja thing's going to work out well. I'm not as down on the purchase as the game theorists are.
I'm gonna make a prediction.
Go ahead.
2020 prediction.
Yeah.
At E3 2020, he will be on stage to unveil whatever new thing they have for Mixer,
whatever new battle royale
for Xbox Prime.
Oh, it's going to be called the Prime Dan.
I'm going with it. I'm all in. I'm all in with you.
Thank you. I convinced you.
You were half right with the Switch Lite.
I know. It was right there, Nintendo. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get all worked up in a tizzy talking about that again. That is episode 182, folks. That is in the books. Before we go, we just want to remind you that our September contest for one copy of Link's Awakening is going on now. Remember, we did drop the secret code earlier in the show, so go back and listen for that. Remember that also you can enter once per episode. There is a different code for every episode, so you can enter multiple times. If you guys want to interact with us, and we know you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. So please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.